guys, it's Lauren from Think Before You Type, and I am here with Paul from Canyon City.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going great. It's going great. It's a beautiful day in New York City, and I can't complain.
Yeah, good. So you released your second album, Constellation, just like a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So how's it been since releasing it? What kind of feedback have you gotten?
Yeah, people have been really kind. It's honestly a huge relief whenever I release a record because I spend so much time with it on my own, and I do with this one in particular. I actually did half of it up in a cabin in Minnesota.
Oh my goodness!
And so I did it to focus in, but it was also super isolating too. So to be able to get to the point where I can share this with people and really start to feel a little bit of a community around it, it means a lot to me, and it helps me actually enjoy the music a lot too.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's kind of like I get to hear from fresh ears again. So it's been a blast. I'm super grateful for everybody that's supported it and listened to it and everything.
So how long did it take for you to put everything together? And I think you did this all by yourself, is that correct?
Yeah. I don't know if that was the wisest thing for me to do, but it all took me about 6 months. I took about a quarter of the year to essentially prepare it, and then I went out, recorded it, mixed it, and then the only thing I didn't do was there's a company called Voyager Mastering that mastered it.
Okay.
But other than that, I put it all together. And one of the reasons I used to work with producers a lot with older projects. One of the reasons I tend to like to hang out in my studio is it just gives me the space to experiment a bit, and there's a little bit less of a filter on the expression, I find. So although I'm not at all opposed to bringing people in and be like, hey, can I, get some help polishing this or that? It helps me to, I guess, get the complete idea out, which is something that is really important to me with Canyon City, and just making it as authentic as possible.
That's amazing. And so I think you built a studio for yourself. Is that correct?
I have, yeah.
So what is that setup like? How long did that take to put together?
Yeah, it came together kind of piece by piece. So it's essentially just this home studio that I initially just had the basic elements of it, just a preamp, compressor, a few microphones, and then as time has gone on, I've added to that, gotten a few racks of gear, and then we're actually right now in the process of building it's going to be like a tiny house footprint, and then we're going to put the studio in it.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
right now it's all in my home. I have essentially a home recording studio. We're going to externalize it and essentially build a tiny house studio.
Whoa, like in your yard or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and just keep it out in Nashville. And for me, that helps to have a little bit of standalone space, and it also allows home to be home again because it's sort of becoming more studio than it is house.
Oh, so that'll be nice. You can kind of separate it a little bit.
Absolutely.
So I also read that you're donating some of the proceeds from your album, I guess, this month?
Absolutely, yeah. So 10% of all the revenue that's coming from sales and streams of this record, I'm donating to the Red Cross. Just though so much happened, especially, really throughout the year, but especially in the weeks leading up to this release. There were the hurricanes, there were the tragedies in Las Vegas, and I wanted to do something. I couldn't not enter into the arena in some way, knowing that there was something I could do, something I could say, and so I wanted to donate a portion just to help in whatever way I could, and to also just to address what was going on. It didn't feel right not to address it.
That's amazing. That's really awesome. So October is National Bullying Prevention Month, and a major part of our work with Think Before You Type is starting conversations about bullying and cyberbullying. So just from a personal perspective, have you or anyone close to you dealt with either bullying or cyberbullying or anything kind of like that?
Absolutely. It's something that I think a lot of people unfortunately brush shoulders with, if not end up being pretty significantly affected with. I know when I was a kid, I've always been a little bit on the outside of things, and so I definitely felt like I was a subject to some bullying as in grade school and that kind of stuff. And it really, it's strange how that stuff stays with you, how as you get older, you sort of keep some of those same, I don't know, it's almost like the ripples of it or the wake of it can hang with you. And I think right now, in the world that kids are living in, which dates myself to say that, the kids, the technology, but I think that it's just our lives are increasingly digitized, mine included, and I think that it opens the door for community, but also opens the doorway for people to reach out and potentially, I think, dehumanize or not see the person behind the Twitter or the Facebook page or something like that, and to sort of forget that there's a person there.
And that's very true.
And I see that happen a lot. I know as a kid I dealt with it a bit, but I know that a lot of friends and people also that just are online as part of their job, where they maybe are social media people or something like that. They get that on the regular where people are reaching out, maybe saying things that just confuses me where it comes from, but then I think about the things like the dehumanization of
That's major.
Technology and stuff. So I think that just the intentionality and the awareness that you guys are drawing to this, and just reminding people like, hey, these are, well, think before you type.
Yeah, exactly.
Just, there's human on the other side, and also what kind of human do you want to be, and makes you proud.
That is one of the huge things that we try to definitely drive home, is the idea of like how you want to portray yourself as well. Because I think that's something people will forget at times.
Absolutely.
So thank you. It was a really great answer, and thanks for adding to the
you.
conversation.
No, thank you. It's wonderful you guys are doing this.
Thank you. So what kind of advice would you give to someone who's being either bullied or cyberbullied right now?
Sure. I would say find people that you trust that can really know that the people that are saying something about you online, they either don't know you and can't speak, don't have the power to speak to who you really are, or it's not coming from a place where they're maybe thinking intentionally about you or your actions, maybe something that they're dealing with or something like that. But I would say surround yourself with family, with friends, people that you can trust, that can really reflect to you the person that you are and the value that you have, and to not put weight, I guess is what I'm saying, into the person that's doing the bullying, because odds are they're not, they probably don't even really know who you are anyways, and so it's so easy to put stock in other people's advice, especially for some reason.
Yes, it always stands out.
I don't know why that is. Like, as a musician, I run to that too, where like I always appreciate when people say nice things, but if somebody says a critical thing or a mean thing or something like that stays with me so much longer and sits so much deeper. And I sometimes have to remember, like, why do I even give that opinion weight? But it still holds weight for some reason. So I think just finding people that you know you and can prop you up and can reflect to you your true value is super valuable, and just doing what you can to not put weight into that negative opinion that's out there. It's a tough thing, though. I think also just knowing that you're not alone, that everybody's struggling with this in one form or the other, to some degree of severity, whether it be an extreme bullying thing or if somebody is just dealing with criticism. And there's in this world, we're all kind of dealing with some version of that. You're not alone if you feel diminished or experiencing that in some sense.
Very good advice, and I think it's also so important to remind people that like we're standing with them, and that we'll be with them through whatever they're going through. So you're playing a few shows to share your new record, Constellations, with everyone. So is there a song that you just like can't wait to share, can't wait to play?
It's a great question. The thing is, all the songs are so different to me and come from a different place that some nights I'm just in a different mood where I want to, I'm excited for the moment that this comes up on the set list, and I go, thank you. There's one song on the record that I always kind of look forward to because it's sort of a quieter song, which it's funny because like I've learned to never ask the audience like, do you guys want an up-tempo thing or down? Because they're always gonna be like, make a stand. So
okay.
I don't know how to, but here's something. But there's a song on the new one called Like I Did that it's always a moment where I feel like I can maybe break through some of the walls in the audience, and we can kind of have that thing where we're all there together and get that kind of emotional connection if done right, which it's on me to play it well.
To make it happen.
But I look forward to that.
And, you kind of touched on this a little bit, I think. But what kind of role have you seen the internet play in your career as a musician?
Yeah, it's been there's some tools that have evolved, especially over the last few years with the evolution of streaming and all that stuff. That in some ways that's been super empowering, in that it's allowed us to reach a whole new group of people, just really a width of audience that I wouldn't be able to do if I was just relying on who I could reach in Nashville or just whoever was in the city that we were playing in. It really allows us to reach beyond the boundaries of our geography, and that's been super helpful for Canyon City. I think that's the bright side. It's the streaming platforms, the community that builds. I think the challenging side for me is sometimes on social media, I guess presenting myself in a way that I'm maybe vainly like proud of, not you know, it's like just like, oh, like how to, you know, is this, you know, reflective of the album or what we're working on, that kind of stuff. And I think a lot about what other people think on that form, and that probably is a weight that I don't have to do. I think people want to see the real. I think they want to know when you're feeling something, and they want you to be honest about that.
Yeah.
But I think I have a little bit of trouble letting myself grow into that. So that's something that it's an opportunity, but that's a challenge for me with the social media stuff.
It makes you vulnerable. That's really scary.
Yeah, I think that's a great way of saying it's the vulnerability. So it's the reach is wonderful, and that's been an incredible thing for Canyon City. But I think not just the I guess desire to be vulnerable, but also just the need to be vulnerable too, just from a human standpoint. And remembering that and challenging myself to do that, 'cause it's so easy for me to like sit behind the screen and try to present it in a way that's where it's very like manicured and stuff. So it's a little good and bad, but all in all, we're on the road. We're
really good.
We're trying it.
It seems like it's going pretty well, so that's really cool. So I read that you're a big fan of This Is Us, and that I read in an interview that you would like one of your songs to like play in a scene.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, how do you see the scene going? Who's in it? Who do you like love from that show that you think like needs to be in your scene?
Ooh, I'd be happy with all the character side, like all their side stories and all that stuff.
So
I'm
good.
like a little bit unhealthily invested in all of it.
Me too. Yeah, it's so good.
It's awesome. But I would love. I mean, I always tear up on like the throwback family scenes, like the kids and like the parents and the
dynamic.
I think anything where they're like learning a really epic life lesson when like the mom and dad are like giving them this great insight.
Yes.
Like I have to watch the show by myself half the time because I just crying like a baby.
I'm glad it's not just me.
Yeah. Oh no,
I
I'm
had
here
like
with
a
you.
rough today of it the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, like this show like puts you through so much.
So often I'm like eating dinner watching This Is Us and just so grateful that nobody's around to see me just breaking up.
That's pretty much what it's like for me too.
Awesome.
Glad I'm not alone in that.
Yeah. We're in good company.
So I guess you would just say like any character would be cool for you,
any character, just the
group, but you
show
like
in
the
general.
family, you like the throwbacks.
Oh yeah, I love that's like my sweet spot. But the whole thing is great.
So good. All right, well I hope that happens for you. Like
Yeah,
I'm
me
rooting
too.
for you with that one. Like I will help you in any way possible.
I appreciate that. We'll will it into reality.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so what is something that you think that people like either underestimate or misjudge about you? That either it bothers you or it's just like something that happens.
Sure. I think that so I tend to be kind of a quieter, introverted guy in general, and I think that in especially group situations and social situations, I tend to be the guy that maybe sits back and watches or listens or waits till I have something to say. And I think that oftentimes people interpret that as I don't have something to say, or I'm not there, or I'm not, And really, what's happening is I'm actually just thinking a lot, about what's going on.
I can relate to that, 100%. Yes.
And so I sometimes wish that I had a better. I think it just takes people, really knowing you and knowing like, okay, so what's going on in his head and that kind of thing. I think that's also one of the reasons why I sometimes have a challenge working with, like in co-writing sessions or something like that. It's really easy to get like talked over or played over or anything like that. So I almost have to be intentional about my creative space and making sure it's a space where kind of those quieter whispers can be heard and expressed and all of this stuff. I think that's probably something where I sometimes feel most misunderstood is just being quieter and people thinking that maybe I'm just checking out when really I'm checking in.
And very invested in what's going on at the moment.
Absolutely.
So last question is just what do you have coming up for the end of the year, early next year, what's going on?
Absolutely. So we got so we're doing Tonight Show. We have one more show in LA. And then I'll come back. We'll be doing a few little one-off things, band-wise here and there, and then really gonna rest up through the holidays. And I have some. I'm always writing, so I'm always working on some new stuff. So I'm excited also to get in the studio and work on some of that. So we're building this little tiny house studio too. And then I'll probably be going abroad to do some recording too, which is exciting for me because I so rarely get to do that outside of my zone.
That's really cool.
So we'll be doing a little bit of that, and then I want to. did a few shows at the end of this year, but I really want to do a lot more and sharing this new record too with Constellation.
Yeah.
And just going to do things like this, meeting great people and connect and make music and go to great places like New York City.
Sounds exciting.
Absolutely.
Sounds like a good next couple months coming up for you.
Hopefully.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for what you guys do. Seriously, I think it's great that you're advocates of just intentionality and awareness and kindness. I think we can always use more kindness.
Definitely can. Definitely can. And thank you for tuning into that and being able to pick up on that. I appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. Kindness is contagious, so it's easy to tune into.
All right. Well, thank you, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.